It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hi, guys. Welcome back for another night of hot, messy topics. Guys, there's so much for us to cover, but before we do, you know how this works. It's a subscriber-only live chat, which means if you're not subscribed, get subscribed. That way you can call in with your unfiltered opinions, engage in the chat. If you don't agree with us, let us know. I can't keep giving you the same spiel, okay? All right, guys, as you know, I can't handle this on my own, so I have to welcome a very special guest, and I say very special, sometimes loosely, but I still love this person. Down with Jason. I'm going to go ahead and bring Jason up. Before I do, I also want to let you know we will be covering a lot of Beverly Hills topics today because of the reunion last night. But they're kind of individual and they all have their own little storylines going off to the side. So we'll be talking about that too and some Vanderpump Rules drama that we have. So we're going to cover all of it. Let's welcome Jason. Hey.
Hey. Hi. Some Vanderpump Rules drama. I bet you we can create more drama for them than they do on the show.
Oh, God. I'm putting this in the chat right now. Call in by clicking the link.
The most dramatic thing about the season is the ratings, for sure.
Okay, that's shady as hell.
It's just the truth.
All right, well, I do want to talk about a few things that happened last night, and I want to start with my poll because I asked everyone, do you think that Lisa Rinna had the capability of doing what she did or what she was accused of by Garcelle by saying that she did not want race brought up on the show? Now, there were over 60 votes and 80% said abso-freaking-lutely. You guys are saying that, yes, 100%, I feel like she would do that. Jason?
Well, we talked about that a little bit earlier with Dana Wilkie, and she seems to think that it's coming from someone in the cast.
But do you believe that?
Yes, I do believe that.
Who in the cast would have been coming then?
I might just go ahead and jump on Dana's train. I think it might have been Dorit.
Okay, so you think Dorit would be the one who would be responsible for saying anything like that?
Yeah. It's just a guess. It's just an opinion. But when Dana explained it earlier today on our live that we did on your channel, it kind of made sense.
No, it makes sense. Oh, go ahead.
That Fox Force 5, they play whatever lane gets them further ahead on the highway. So yeah, they might be friends, but I can see Dorit and Garcelle having a conversation. Can you imagine? I'm sure Dorit put that under somewhere.
Well, everyone in the chat is saying, I think Kyle. I do want to talk about this.
Kyle is she's the normal suspect, so I'm just going with someone we wouldn't expect.
So you think it's Dorit?
But now I'm confused because Kyle did she say more than 2 words after? She didn't say anything after the introduction with Andy, right?
No, she didn't say anything throughout the whole reunion. And I feel like at this point, she's just like, I'm an OG. I don't have to say much. And this really isn't her platform to say a bunch because even though she is an OG, at the end of the day, she knows there's so much shit brewing with Garcelle, Rinna, and Dorit, and also Erika. She's like, you guys take it away.
Yeah, no, that kind of makes sense because she was too quiet. She was a little too quiet for me. So maybe it was Kyle and her face when that was brought up, Kyle's face. Now I'm replaying it in my head a little bit. I need to go back and look at that.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up Bernice just to ask about this really quick before we keep on going on through our Real Housewives of Beverly Hills topics. Let's see what Bernice thinks. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button. Show some love. And also, we canceled this last night, so I apologize. We are back because our friend canceled on us. That's a lot of shit happening. Welcome, Bernice.
Hey, Jason. Hey, Adam. How y'all doing? I had to do a whole lot of woosahs and meditate after watching that episode.
Yes.
This was ridiculous. And I believe Kyle is the one who told her because Kyle can act, but she don't act that damn good.
No. That's why she's still in Halloween all these years later.
Yeah. She overacted when she said it. She looked like she was about to jump out her seat. Come on now, Kyle. You're doing too much. So you're telling on yourself.
I mean, a couple people in the chat too, even right here, Laura Cipriano Riozzi said Kyle was too low key.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? I'm listening to all of that. I really am, and now I'm backtracking on what. Now I'm thinking,
you're all over the lane.
No, oh my God, I sound like Kyle. I'm backtracking.
Yeah,
but
like
earlier Dana had that very convincing story how it could be Dorit, but now that I'm sitting there and I was wondering in my head why Kyle was so quiet. And then when this conversation came up, she kind of squirmed a little bit.
Right. She was like a hooker in church.
Okay, well, I want to ask you, do you believe that Lisa Rinna would have actually said something like this? Because don't you think this is a huge allegation? Not saying it couldn't be true, because it definitely could be. But do you think that this is true? Like, in your opinion, watching the show, do you think that this actually happened?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I mean, were you going to think about it for a second?
No, I wasn't going to think about it. Lisa has shown me that she's a snake. She's a wolf in sheep's clothing. As long as she can use you and get what she want out of you, you her friend. If you don't suit her agenda, she ain't got nothing to do with you. Or if you outshine her, she can't deal with you. Garcelle outshines her because Garcelle is authentic. Lisa is not authentic.
You know where it got me a little bit? Because I had, I played it in my head. It's when the race issue was brought up. When Garcelle brought that up, all of a sudden Lisa changed her tune. All of a sudden Lisa was off the couch and over to Garcelle. This was the same thing that happened in Del Mar when Garcelle was sharing her story about how she sometimes doesn't feel that she fits in the group. Lisa was the first one to come over and give her a hug. So to me, it looks like maybe you don't want race brought up on the show.
No, she don't. Because she can't control it.
Yeah.
You can't control it.
I do want to ask you, do you think if you were in Lisa Rinna's shoes and you didn't say this is not true at all, how would your response have been?
I would have felt hurt that you would, as my friend, that you would think that I would do that.
Okay.
But I wouldn't have been grandstanding like she turned into a Karen and she tried to reverse it back onto Garcelle, and that wasn't cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And before we go ahead and start cycling through callers, because we do have a wait room now, I do want to ask you another question. Obviously, this was a big moment at the reunion. I don't have the photo from the reunion, but we saw Garcelle, who, one, I have to just applaud her because she looks stunning. Okay. But we had Garcelle and we had Dorit end up going in on her, and Dorit literally screamed across the reunion floor and said, "Let me finish Garcelle."
Yes. Okay, let's get to plain ranch Doritos.
Thoughts? Had you have been in Garcelle's shoes, how would that have went?
See, I'm a Capricorn, and I don't like it when people raise their voice at me because I go into defense mode. And once I go into defense mode, I got to figure out how I'm going to react to you. You raising your voice coming at me from a kind place or from a harsh place? Because if you're coming from a harsh place, that means I got to come after you. I may not do it then on the point, but it's in the back of my mind. I got to get you back.
That's how I am.
Okay, we here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adam is terribly vindictive.
So when Garcelle gave her that face, when she raised it, she's like, all right. She looked at her like in her mind, she said, okay, bitch, you only got one more time to raise your voice at me.
She did say on Watch What Happens Live last night, that will never happen again.
Never happen again. It's never going. That look on Garcelle's face said it.
Yep.
Like I'm never gonna give you the opportunity to raise your voice at me ever again. You're not my friend. I can be around you and be cordial to you. I don't rock with you. That's what these other women ain't figured out. Garcelle can stand on her own. Y'all can't.
I mean, I think you said it best. Garcelle, she's a part of a TV show, not just Real Housewives, but obviously she hosts another TV show. She's very talented. She's beautiful. And she keeps it together. She's more poised than the rest of the women when it comes to their reaction.
Exactly.
She can also act, like, for real.
Yes.
Yeah, Garcelle's a real actress. Not like an acting like Kyle, where she's faking it all the time. She has talent. She has actual talent.
Yeah, but you know what kind of pisses me off about this is, and I'm not trying to get, like, sometimes if I, like, stew in it, I really, like, fester and I get annoyed. But going back and, like, kind of digesting how Garcelle has carried herself the whole time, and then seeing Dorit scream across the table and then scream across the reunion, and Erika be the way that she is, and Lisa Rinna slap down a glass before and threaten, Kim Richards. It's so funny to me that she's the one labeled as a bully. I think this is the most bullshit thing that I probably ever heard.
And Plain Red Doritos, did she go to Google University and Googled up all those words? Oh, she was just using other words by calling Garcelle a bully. Come on now. That's more passive aggressive than anybody ever seen on TV. Really?
I mean, we brought this up so many times. I brought it up in my live, and then Adam, you brought it up. We brought it up in your live as well. But with all the jabs, I didn't see the jabs Dorit was talking about, unless we didn't get those either. Or they edited out. Kathy Hilton gave more jabs than anyone else to Dorit, and it was okay. So this is where I get confused, because I'm like, and the way
Dorit wants to be in Kathy's inner circle, so Kathy can come and throw a bottle of red wine on her head, and she won't say a word.
I agree with that. I agree. I do want to bring this up really quick, because I'm about to start bringing up some other opinions really quick. Doll Baby, if she would have screamed at me, she would only have one bead left on that dress, because I would have whipped the rest off of her.
Apparently all the beads were falling by themselves.
Right, exactly. She didn't have to do anything. That's what I'm talking about. Garcelle don't have to raise one finger or raise one voice to Doritos and Big Lip Mama. Because it's all going to come back on them. She ain't got to do anything, like my queen, Miss Obama, said. When they go low, we go high. Keep going high, because that's gonna kill them even more.
She didn't give them what they wanted.
Nope, she did not.
Which I love about Garcelle, because I think that they're waiting to catch her in a moment where they get her to pop off, and they're going to be like, "See, this is what we've been talking about," and she won't give that to them, which I think is fascinating, because if you want to piss anybody off, that's the way to get to them. Don't give them the reaction you're looking for, and I love that.
Exactly. And if I was Garcelle, I'd burn that dress after she came over there and hugged me. I take a bath in holy oil and holy water and sage everywhere to get that evil spirit off of me, because Lisa Rinna is evil. Dorit is evil. Erika is evil. And that wannabe Crystal, let's not talk about her.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Okay.
Well, Bernice, we're going to bring you back up. We're going to go ahead and start cycling through a few other callers. And if you're around still, please, then I'll bring you back up with everyone else.
Okay.
All right.
Bernice is right. I mean, listen, I loved your interview with Crystal. I'm still on the fence.
No, okay, but you're a flip-flopper, and I'm noticing that about
I know.
you.
I'm really
You're
Kyle.
flip-flopper over the place.
I'm
going to call
Kyle.
you Kyle Barrett, okay? All right, Kyle.
Well, the thing is I'm not the one on the
Jordan
platform,
is saying tag me in, and I'm about to tag in Jordan, and also we have Callie Real and Philly Diva. I'm going to tag everyone in, but no, go ahead, Jason. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's it.
Oh, Coach G, thank you so much for the super chat. It was Kyle. I think after their initial lunch, Kyle and Garcelle talked off camera, and Kyle let it slip that she didn't want to bring up race because Lisa said not to.
That makes sense.
Coach G, that is that's interesting. Okay. All right.
That makes sense.
Let's go ahead and bring up Jordan and Philly Diva, and then we're going to bring up Callie Real. Hi.
Hey.
Okay, so first off, there's 205 in the room. Guys, go ahead and smash that like button, and don't forget it's a subscribers-only live chat. Now, obviously, you both know we talked about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion numerous times today. The Part 1 reunion, since we talked about it without taking callers, I'm going to ask Jordan and Philly Diva, you have 4 seconds to answer. Score it 1 through 10.
4
10
seconds?
Yeah, 4 seconds to digest it and answer. You have 4 seconds to answer, 1 through 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. Philly Diva, go.
7.
Okay. Jordan?
4, hot damn mess full of BS.
Jordan!
I just shot my recap, so I'm still steaming. Baby, I have opinions. We gotta talk in the morning, children.
No, we're going to talk right now.
I am angry.
Okay, take it out. Take it out on the mic.
It's that you don't want to be this. It's that being labeled an angry black woman and having
no. Okay, wait a minute.
Hold
Hold
on.
on.
Whoa.
I don't want that here, though. Like, listen, you've seen me and my emotions multiple times. I've gotten angry. That's
I understand that, but this is what Garcelle has been saying all season. This is what she's been saying.
I thought you were saying you didn't want to voice your opinions on here because of that. I was like, no.
I didn't get that at all.
No. This is what she's been saying
I know
all
I'm buck
season.
wild over here.
And Dorit is taking advantage. She is taking that space.
And Lisa is the one that gassed her up to do it.
Mm-hmm. She's taking that space of I don't want to be perceived on national television as an angry black woman by this 110-pound little fake.
But see, that's only part of it, though. I think that's only part of it. I think that's only part of it. I think that she didn't want to be. She knows that they're gonna try that because she knows that she's gonna try to avoid that stereotype. But also, I think that Lisa Rinna, who knows her the longest, knows her character. She knows that she's not gonna get gutter, nasty, trashy with her. She not gonna do all that. She ain't got time for that. She gonna say what she got to say, and then she gonna hang her wig and hit it. Like, she's not gonna do all that. So she took that opportunity to jump all over the place and be like, don't tell me to do anything. Like, girl, you didn't even sound confident when you tried that with her. The way Garcelle looked at you, you knew you messed up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Dorit was right behind you because as soon as she yelled at a homegirl, Rinna was sitting there laughing like she gassed her up to do it, just like Teresa gassed up homegirl to pull Margaret's hair. That is exactly what I thought of when that moment happened.
Wait a minute. I have a question for both of you. I want to start real quick. I'm going to ask Jason because I forgot what you said earlier. And Bernice, we just heard from Bernice, so we know where she stands on this. Jason, do you think that Lisa Rinna actually said something about not wanting race on the show, or do you think that this wasn't true? And Garcelle just got misinformation.
I said just before, yes, I do think that is because it's just the way she acted in both situations. Last night when she got off the couch and was straight over to Garcelle to take attention off of it really quick, the same way she got up at that Del Mar dinner really quick and went over to coddle her. You know, I feel like, maybe that is something she is walking on eggshells with.
Okay.
And if you look at her reaction at the reunion, she was surprised that Garcelle brought that up. And I think that was a skilled tactic done by Garcelle to not say anything about that at the reunion, because if you see her genuine shock and reaction as she brought that up, it's like, you just told on yourself. Like, I wanted you to give that reaction because I didn't want you to have some type of planned comeback for when I bring it up again later. I wanted you to sit here on the floor and stand for it right here. Yeah, like a part of me did feel like she should have brought it up earlier, but now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, maybe she did that on purpose. Maybe she did it on purpose. And
she held the trump card until the end. No, she absolutely held that trump card until the end because
Sorry, go ahead, baby.
Go ahead. No, I was going to say because that way she can say and see that reaction in front of everybody and Andy. Because we need that reaction in front of Andy and in front of the rest of the producers and the cast, because one, Kyle gives the best reactions. Hands down, Kyle will give.
If you want to know if somebody told the truth, look at Kyle's face.
Look at Kyle's face. Kyle gives an immediate reaction, and she tries not to, but her eyes give it away. And that real, yeah. So I watched.
So wait, Philly Diva, you agree then? Just if I have this correct, you agreed that there was definitely something said on Lisa Rinna's end to prompt this being said at the reunion. You don't think that this is misinformation?
I think the conversation went, I really hope this doesn't come up on the show during, I hope this doesn't become a major issue. I don't think it was said, let's not talk about race. I think it was, I hope this does not become an issue on the show. I hope they can edit this out. I hope this isn't a big deal. Just little situations that would affect Garcelle, but not Lisa, because it would take effort.
Can I ask you, I want to ask you both a question here, and I'm trying to kind of figure out, like, from the standpoint of some of these women, Like Luann. Luann was incredibly uncomfortable with the idea of going to the reunion, and she vocalized that because she didn't want to say by calling Ebony aggressive or whatever, she didn't want to be painted as a racist or anything like that, right? So now with Lisa Rinna and this group of women, which obviously Garcelle is our only Black woman on the show. First of all, she's the only Black woman. She's the fan favorite. She is like one of the only ones with a real freaking job at this point. We're all Garcelle stands, just to be fair. But when it came to the time that we were living in with COVID and the pandemic, and obviously the Black Lives Matter movement, everything happening and seeing how this affected some of the women on the New York, housewives, because they were so afraid to talk about anything. Do you think that maybe they had these conversations with some of the Beverly Hills housewives, considering they all talk, and maybe they were afraid, oh, well, we don't know how to handle these topics because we're white privilege?
This is what I mean when I say I wish that the cast of the Ultimate Girls Trip actually really knew each other, because that's a conversation that I would have wanted to have on the show.
Okay.
Like I do think that they text and they jump back over like I do feel like there's a lot of associate situationships, Bravo celebrity ships going on. Are they really friends? Girl, no. But
that text thread is interesting.
And I guarantee you that all the fan favorites, they're in a group chat together. It's probably not called the fan favorites because whoever put that together don't want to admit all of that. But we're not.
I want to bring up this question really quick. Laura Blackwell. Question: when Black women address something in a strong and assertive way, we are labeled angry Black women. So if Caucasian women do the same, can they be angry Caucasian women? In my opinion.
They'll never be called angry.
Usually they're just crazy.
No, I was about to say because my mom,
honestly, depending on which line of the issue they'll fall on, they'll either be called a Karen or they'll either be called somebody standing up for themselves, and there's nothing to it. And they'll be,
right.
But a Karen isn't a Karen pretty like on par with being also called and I'm just asking your opinion. Like a Karen is like the worst thing you could be called right now. But is that
but the difference is when somebody calls a Black woman aggressive, she doesn't always deserve it. When somebody calls somebody a Karen, it's generally because you're exhibiting some sort of questionable behavior. But I will say that it is the same. See, the difference between these two things is if you're going to say it about, for example, Garcelle, she's aggressive. She's coming at you aggressively. You approach me aggressively in that moment. Ashley Darby loves to pull that mess, but we're going to talk about her biracial behind in just a minute. Because she likes to pull her white side card just a little bit, but we're going to talk about that later. It's like her being aggressive in that moment. That's a character flaw for her. But if somebody like Rinna does some mess like that, oh, she's just crazy. That's just Rinna. That's how she is. As Erika said, she's just gonna call you out. So why is Garcelle being aggressive?
No, that's Jason and I literally had this whole conversation.
I find Rinna aggressive, to be honest.
I was about to say, Jason and I had this whole conversation without being on camera, and we're like, Erika, we've seen aggressive. Dorit screaming across the reunion, aggressive. Lisa Rinna has been aggressive. Where the hell do you get anything that Garcelle has done?
Because she's Black.
Is that okay? So
I'm sorry to say this on your channel.
No, you're a Philly Diva. You're 100% right.
I was about to say I don't want you to be sorry to say that because I find that to be absolutely disgusting. But those are things that need to be said because this is why it's important not to label people with these like Dorit, you this is the shit that pisses me off. Sorry, hold on really quick. Dorit, you are a woman who claims that you've traveled the world so much that you digested somehow. I don't know if it was in the pasta, the salad, the soup. I don't know where the hell you got these accents, but you digested 20 different accents and put them in a blender and had an accent smoothie. So you're so well cultured, but you don't know well enough to not use the word bully when you're talking about someone. Like it doesn't matter who you are, but you like, especially why Garcelle, when you've had this behavior from Kathy Hilton, Kyle Richards, Erika Girardi.
And the reason why I feel like that's not even that's a complete fallacy is because if you go back and watch that scene, Dorit looks like she rehearsed her entire monologue. She looks like she had every word of that on a note in her bun on top of her head or slipped up under one of them shoulder pads. She knew exactly what she was about to say to Garcelle. So the fact that she used the word bully, maybe she got caught up in the moment and then she threw a little hot sauce on it. But girl, like you're wise enough to be able to catch yourself in that moment because you're able to sit and analyze everything that everybody else says in the moment that they say it. So why is it that you don't have enough self-reflection to realize, oh, maybe I'm going a little bit too hard. You're not exactly a bully. Just because you don't like the way that she said it to you, don't mean that she didn't say it to your face. And everybody else said something about it in the confessionals, with the exception of Kathy Hilton. But you didn't confront her. You carried her bags.
Literally.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it. Not only did you carry her bags, but you decided to show up to the oh my gosh. Here we are. You get what I'm saying?
As her kid.
As her kid.
This is why I say that Real Housewives of New York was a good season, because I keep bringing this up. This is why I say Roni was a good season, because I'm going to keep bringing this up. It's the exact same example of why Ebony got called angry and Leah didn't. It's like the reactions are completely different. Like Garcelle is sitting here telling you, okay, like, girl, do we need a timer? Blah, blah, blah. Like, what is it? Like, girl, we know you talk a lot. And Kathy is sitting here reading her every single time that they see her. But you say nothing to Kathy, but Garcelle is a bully. As Ebony said, once again, tell me it's not about race.
Okay, wait. We're gonna come back to this, and we're gonna bring up other panelists with us. Jordan, hold on to that thought. Philly Diva, stick around. Tell your daughter we said hi. We have a few other topics to cycle through really quick, and then we're gonna circle back at the end and hit all of this. Stick around. I'll bring you both right back up along with Doll Baby, and we still have Bernice. And I'll drop the link one more time in case anyone else wants to call in. And I have one disclaimer.
Really quick, Mo. Yes. Say hey to my friend.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
Oh, where did you just come from?
Hey, baby.
Hi, Mo.
We're headed to cheer practice.
It's about that time.
This is what I've been doing every day.
Like, really?
Hey.
Hi, Mo.
Like, I just don't know him.
Yeah, I know, baby. Go on ahead and get in the seat, baby, because I don't let you watch this because I talk like I ain't got no sense.
Jordan, we love you. Philly Diva, we love you. We'll bring you right back up.
All right.
Oh, he's so cute. Okay. All right. So, Coach G, didn't Lisa Rinna break a glass on the end of the table? Yes. She did.
Aggressive.
I want to say something really quick in the chat because I just had to block somebody. Guys, please, if you're going to be in the chat, it's a subscribers only live chat. I've said that so many times, but be respectful of the people who are on and talking and also in the chat. If you're not, I'm not trying to block anyone. And I know you're probably like, who the fuck are you? Block whoever you want, which is fine. But at the end of the day, this is still a platform that I share with all of you in the community. And all of us are just here to have our opinions, but not to attack each other. So don't be disgusting or else you're going to be blocked. And thank you to all of our moderators. I don't know, Jason, if you caught any of the silly stuff, but people sometimes don't be gross. Fair? You're muted. You're muted, Jason. You're mute. I'm trying to.
How did that? Did you mute me?
I didn't mute you. If I muted you, you can't unmute yourself.
And then also when people call in, you want them to feel comfortable. I mean, come on. We want people to call in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get nervous even going live, so I, commend anyone for calling in the first place. So
exactly.
People should be respectful.
Be respectful. That's it. All right. So again, we're going to bring back up Bernice, pouring with Jordan, Doll Baby, and Philly Diva. I'm going to bring up Doll Baby first on this next one because we haven't had her up yet. I do want to talk about another thing, and it's the couple of misconceptions we got when it came to this woman right here, all the way to the right, Erika Girardi. Now, Erika Girardi, and Erika Girardi don't really know what the hell Erika Girardi was wearing, but maybe that was the scene that we got from the paparazzi when we saw her exiting TJ Maxx. And I'm not throwing shade because ask Jason, where do I get my clothes sometimes?
TJ, I mean, come on. I'm very guilty.
Listen, I get my gym shorts, my t-shirts, my shorts, my socks. Sometimes I get my underwear. I even got my sweatband.
You don't buy anything. I buy you things.
Okay, I didn't bring you here to attack me. So
no, I'm just saying, like, Adam doesn't like to shop. He doesn't like to go anywhere or do anything, so I have to go do that.
I'm
like,
frugal.
here, try this on. Yeah.
Okay.
You're not frugal. You just don't want to.
Are you done?
That. Yeah, I'm done. Sorry.
I was about to say, okay, crazy. All right, guys, go ahead and smash that like button. We had a couple misconceptions that came from this reunion of revelations, and they revolved around Erika Girardi. Now, Erika Girardi said that she wanted a man with a big, well, we have kids in the room, obviously, as you saw with Philly Diva and Jordan. So we're going to say wallet, which we're like, how shallow can you actually be? Of course, that's exactly what Dana Wilkie said, but that wasn't the only misconception. The other misconception was she feels like she's labeled as an ice queen. Which,
okay, hold on.
She can be labeled as a bully, but you can't be called cold when you're cold as hell. Like, bully doesn't make sense. Cold as hell makes sense. Let's talk about the victims. Go ahead, Jason. Sorry, I get passionate. I'm about to
I just wish she would have been quiet. It's not your turn. We're going to spend the next 3 episodes of this reunion going after you. But for her to pipe in like the hen on the side while Dorit and Lisa were going in with Garcelle, it's like, what? Zip it. Be quiet. It's coming for you next, friend. You know?
No, I thought
I don't understand Erika at all whatsoever.
No,
and like Garcelle, what was on Watch What Happens Live, there has been no talk or conversation or anything about the victims from Erika. I'm not sure I'd buy anything she says anymore.
No, listen, I'm not disagreeing with you at all. And one of the things that she said last night is Andy said, you know, a lot of people have been calling for you to be fired from the show. And she just said, no. He's like, no. What do you mean no? And she's like, why should I be fired from the show? I'm not indicted.
Tom paid me to get me on here.
Yeah, I'm not charged criminally. I'm not indicted. Why should I be fired from the show? And not only is she not getting fired, she's getting a huge pay raise. I want to bring up, because we've talked about this enough, we need to bring up callers. Let's ask Doll Baby exactly what she thinks. Hi, Doll Baby.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Doll Baby.
Doll Baby, sometimes I read your super chats, which thank you so much. We appreciate you. Appreciate the heck out of you. And I'm like, oh man, Doll Baby might really not like me.
No, I love you. All that trips me out completely. Especially when you say stuff to Jason, I'm like, Jason.
You're just protecting Jason.
No, I'm just saying. I think Jason feels like my husband feels when he takes me out, because if I go to the theater, I'm going to sleep too. I'm sorry, but that's why.
Oh my gosh,
so funny, because I would do the same thing.
Yeah, Adam slept through the whole James Bond movie. Literally, like, there's like an opening scene, and then there's that whole like James Bond intro with the song and everything. And Adam turns to me, he's like, "Is it just starting?" I'm like, "Yes." This.
Oh my gosh!
It's a 3-hour and 10-minute movie.
It was 45 minutes in, and it's a 3-hour and 10-minute movie. And the bar only had a 1-to-1 maximum. Was garbage.
Right, because I can have my wine. For me.
Yeah, I even asked them. I said 3 hours, 1 drink. They're like, yeah. And then, not to mention, just to be fair, like a lot of people don't know this, Doll Baby, but at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm up and I'm going, and I usually have like 5 to 7 videos done by noon. And then after that, like I'm running around. I'm always doing things, and then as soon as I sit down, I crash. I'm done. It doesn't matter if it's 6 o'clock or 9 o'clock. I'm dead. I'm out for the night.
In all fairness, your dad does that too.
And my dad does it too. It's hereditary.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
but
funny,
Doll Baby, I want to ask you really quick about Erika and this whole misconception saying that people perceive her as cold, but she's not actually cold, and that she cares about the victims. What are your thoughts?
Oh, no, that's such BS. There's no misconception. She is cold, and she doesn't care nothing about the victims. She's only saying that now because people are coming at her, telling her that she hadn't said anything about the victims. All about her, and her some more. That's it. And we're tired of listening about her. She had not said one time. She said she want to make them whole, but I don't want to believe that either. She want her money first, and then they can get whatever left. She want to take care of herself.
I totally believe that.
Well,
her actions speak louder than her words on that.
And I was gonna say, Jason's a real flip-flopper sometimes. So I told Jason that Erika, obviously her salary was revealed, and we heard that she was going to get sort of a pay raise. And Jason asked on his channel, he said, I don't think that she should get a pay raise. Guys, do you think she should get a pay raise? And then someone came on, I think it was
Andrea. Take it from Katie Maloney, slash hers in half, Give the rest to
That's
Erika.
not what you said.
So she can...
That is not what you said.
No, I don't understand how they both make the same. That's weird to me. No, a subscriber called in today, Andrea, thank you so much. But she did say, you know, if she is going to stay on the show and maybe she's going to be exposing more and she wants more money. And like, you know, the season has been Erika. Do I want the next season to be just Erika? No, I would love to see some other logs thrown on the fire. Maybe a little Denise, maybe a little Lisa Vanderpump, maybe a little like, you know, cameos somewhere and kind of switch some stuff up. But I mean, I guess if they want her to film again, that's what they're going to have to do and they'll do it.
Yeah, she do. I think she did deserve the money, even though I don't like her. But she did bring it. I mean, all the things we talked about on the Housewives of Beverly Hills was about her and her shenanigans and her husband's shenanigans or ex-husband, whatever he's supposed to be. You know what I mean? So I think she deserves the money because I want her to come back next season. Because I want to see the conclusion of this. I really want to know what's going to happen to her, if the victim's going to get their money, and whatever going on with her ex-husband. Is he really having dementia? What's going on with him?
Right. No, exactly. And I think that, to be fair, we all have a ton of questions and we still don't have them answered, but that's why we're hoping that the next 3 parts of the reunion will answer them. We're going to get back to this in a second. Doll Baby, I'm going to go ahead and drop you down and bring up the next caller for the next question. Please stick around.
Love you guys.
Thank you for all your support. We love you.
Bye,
and
Doll
I
Baby.
promise I'll be nicer to Jason. Maybe.
That's a joke.
Yeah, you don't stand a chance, friend.
It's so funny. Sometimes I read comments and people think we really don't like each other, but it's our banter, guys. We've been together for 8 years.
Speak for yourself.
Adam is my best friend.
Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me. Philly Diva is like putting like a half. It kind of didn't even look like a heart. It looked like something else, but putting like a heart in the thing. All right, I'm going to bring up Kels real quick. We have another caller, Kels, and then Andrea. I don't want to mess that up. I'm just trying to be respectful and say it right. I do want to know, what do you think about, I'm going to ask Kels first because I know Andrea already answered this on your channel. Kels, what do you think about Erika getting a pay raise? Do you think that she deserves it? Or do you think Bravo should honestly look at her and be like, okay, because if I'm thinking from like the network's perspective, if I worked for Bravo, I would look at Erika and I would be like, you're getting the same pay. And she'd be like, wait a minute, if I get the same pay, I'm not doing the show. And I'd be like, okay, what else are you going to do with your life? You need the fame. You want the fame. You need the income.
She also, you know, Crystal also said on the podcast Behind the Velvet Rope with David Yontef that she was surprised that Erika showed up every day. But then I'm thinking she needs to show up.
Yeah.
You know, where's her defense in all of this Tom Girardi stuff? She needs to show up to the show and defend herself. Yeah. And maybe show a little bit of compassion for what happened, which we didn't see. All we saw was, you know, her victimizing herself the entire season. And I'm sure we're going to see more of that in the next 3 episodes of the reunion. But at the same time, in the same token, she does deserve the money to come back next season.
Okay, we're about to cancel you, but I'm going to bring up Kels real quick. Jay Kiddo, thank you so much for the super sticker. Guys, 512 in the room. Go ahead, smash that like button, show some love, and let's welcome Kels. Hi, Kels.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hey, Kels.
Good. How are you?
I just found you guys like about a month ago. I'm so addicted. I come to every single.
Hey, thank you. Well, welcome.
Okay. So as far as her getting a raise, I'm completely disgusted by that. I feel like if they want to do something, give the extra $300,000 to the victims fund. But to pay her more money, first of all, what else is she going to do? She's going to come back. She's just bluffing. She has nothing else going on. Okay, so she's going to come back for that $600,000, but to reward her for being involved in, basically, taking money, being a thief, basically, is what I call it. It's just disgusting to me. And I'm really, with the way that she acted last night and throughout the season, I just don't understand why Bravo, who is in the driving seat, would pay her anymore. I don't get it.
I want to ask you really quick, Kels, because obviously you watched the reunion. Did you catch our live with Dana Wilkie earlier?
Yes.
Okay, so Dana feels like Erika missed an opportunity when she was saying, and I'm going to spell this out because I know that Jordan and Philly.
D-I-C-K.
Yes. saying that that's what she wants out of a man. Dana made a good point, and she said she missed a mark here because this is where we could have seen a more humble, sweet side of her of like, really, what do you want in a man? Someone who actually loves me, who cares about me, who's not dismissive, who's not, but she took the other route and tried to be like the bad ASS, like Ice Queen, and be like, oh, I just want a man with a big, So
yeah.
In your opinion, do you feel like Dana was right on this, that she missed the mark?
I feel like she was dead on, and I didn't say it as eloquently as she did, but I thought the same thing. I was like, BITCH, is that all you can say? After all you've been through, you didn't want to say, I want someone who truly, cares about me and to put me first. I want somebody to help me, be there through me, through the hard times that I can love. None of that. None of that. So that just shows me how separated she is from what's really going on and what really she needs to be thinking about. And I used to like Erika. She used to be one of my favorites, but she just has shown me that, I'm sorry, I just feel like she's shown no sympathy, no compassion the entire year. And and through the reunion show, she only confirmed what she's been doing the entire year. So I didn't see any change, any growth, anything. Oh, but wait, I wanted to ask you guys this. Did you notice when Garcelle said about growth and where she was last year? And she said, I'm fine. Like, you're fine, honey, and you're being sued for taking money from widows and orphans, and you know what I'm saying? So
she didn't act fine when she was crying at the dinner table at Kyle's house. She didn't act fine when people asked her questions. So I don't know where the I'm fine is coming from.
I mean,
she was defensive. She was,
Were you guys shocked by that when she said, I'm fine, honey? Like, when Garcelle was talking about the growth, I thought that was I was like, wow. I don't see how anybody on this stage, you could say you're fine.
No. I mean, honestly, I think right now, and I don't really understand, and I'm hoping we get more information out of this reunion because, like, I keep on boasting about Ronald Richards because he said on Twitter, he watched the first part of the reunion and he doesn't really, or he said, it was amazing and Andy asked all the questions. Well, me and another content creator that you guys know, and I'm not going to put out their name because I don't know if they want me to talk about this, but we were talking and we're like, wait a minute, we didn't see any hard questions asked in the first part of the reunion. So maybe he got a different edit because we see her talking about this big wallet, let's call it. And we see talking about like, oh, I'm perceived as the Ice Queen. My lawyers suggested that I don't do the show. I have nothing to run from. But we didn't see any like really tough questions. Like, that's not what I want to know. I want to know when was the actual timeline that you felt like Tom Girardi was having any sort of mental complications? When did you actually decide that you were going to get a divorce? Because nobody's buying that it was last minute. Give us the real story on the red flag stories that aren't necessarily adding up because we can't connect the dots. What actually happened with the car accident? And there was a broken clavicle, but also a brain injury. So there was a traumatic brain injury, a TBI, but then also nothing in any records that anyone can pull up even shows that that's true. So there's so many other questions that we want to know that I did not feel were asked.
I think though, Adam,
they better get asked. They better.
I think they're coming
next 3 episodes. So I'm going to be pissed because let me tell you something. I'm from the Valley. There's no freaking snow in Pasadena or 100 miles of Pasadena. Let's stop playing. That is just a complete and utter lie. It was just so many things about that was just so. Yeah, I'm with you. I feel like he better start asking some questions because I kind of gave him a pass because I'm like, okay, it's the first part, and I know they like to spread out the drama to make each each part exciting. So I was like, he better come with some more questions because this ain't the hard hitting questions that they told us that we were gonna get. Because I'm not buying at this point.
I think it's coming, and that's why I cringed every time she piped in the whole Dorit, Lisa, and Garcelle. She just should have sat there and shut up because now it's going to look so bad because I know it's coming. There are going to be some questions that I don't think she's going to be comfortable with.
Yeah, but like looking at the preview for next week's episode, I didn't see those questions being asked still. So I'm wondering, like Salt Lake City, we got that teaser on the first episode of Jenshaw being arrested, which nobody wants to see anyone get arrested. But we know that's the central main storyline for the season, and we're on episode 5 now, and we haven't seen shit when it comes to the Jen Shah arrest. So it feels like very misleading. So I'm wondering if we're going to get through part 1, part 2, part 3 into part 4 before we get the real drama, because Bravo wanted to sell commercial ad space to different episodes in order to make more money for the reunion.
Right. I agree. I wanted to see, I was hoping, because like I said, I did like her when she first came on the show. I was just hoping she would show something a little different. And she just confirmed, I think, in mine and a lot of people's mind. And then did you see like all the faces she was making and the weird interaction when Rinna went over to hug Garcelle, and then her Dorit kind of got into it? That was so weird.
Yeah, well, and I feel like Dorit, you can't grow a pair on the reunion set when you know there's security everywhere. You need to like grow a pair. You had your opportunity at Kathy Hilton's house, just to be fair. Kels, do you mind, just because we lived in Sherman Oaks, I'm so curious, what part of the valley, if you're comfortable saying, if you're not, then it's totally okay.
I grew up in the Northeast San Fernando Valley in horse country, Lakeview Terrace, but I currently live in Woodland Hills.
Okay, so
that's not far from where we.
Oh my gosh, you guys have a great place over there called Roy's.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
But that whole like mall and everything is so fun.
Yeah, I'm a vegetarian now, but yeah, there's still some items on the menu.
All right. Well, Kels, we're gonna go ahead and cycle through callers, but bring you back up if you're still around. Thank you so much for calling, and please, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Hot Messy Topics. If you're around, please call in. We would love to hear from you.
All right. Love you guys. Bye.
Nice meeting you, Kels.
All right. So I still have Andrea and Resini and Coach G. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them up for kind of like a turbo round really quick. I'm going to give everybody a minute and a half on this question, because I want to know what everyone thinks when it comes to Erika Girardi. How much do you think she opened up? And also, do you feel like she deserves the pay raise? I'm going to give you all a minute and a half, because I'm going to drop everyone down, get on to the next drama, and then I'm going to bring the whole entire panel up at the end. Let's start with Resini. Hi, Resini.
Hi, Adam. Hi, Jason.
Hi.
How are you?
I've been listening to you guys for a while now. First time calling in, though.
Hey.
Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thanks for calling in.
You can ask Kempire all about me.
All right. Oh, Kempire and I, we talk. Kempire gives me a lot of hell, even though everyone thinks I'm the one who gives Kempire hell, which is kind of ironic.
I kind of don't see it that way, though, but okay.
Well, it's because it's through text message. That's why. You guys don't get to see the real authentic relationship here.
You don't answer the text. I'd answer the text.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Oh, by the way, I saw your earlier with Dana Wilkie.
Uh-huh.
And you always go after my boy Kempire, but like, okay, wait for it. Watch this. When we're giving our monologue of Where You Can Catch Me, you can't give that to Kempire anymore. Dana has that crown.
Okay. All right, I'll tell Kempire. Kempire's going to be like, I went to Amsterdam.
In all fairness,
it's
such a great pitch. Like that's where you have to pitch yourself. And I'm so bad at doing that. Every time Adam asks me, especially going after Kempire or someone like Dana, who's like, catch me here, they sell themselves. And I'm like, hey guys. You can
Kempire is good. Kempire has like a minute-long monologue, which I love, because he's like, hey guys, you can catch me on the Kempire channel, where you can catch me for daily and, current hot topics and, reality TV.
Daily and consistent.
Yeah, daily.
It's funny. It's because I listen to it. I'm like, am I subscribed?
Yeah.
Every single time.
But that's why, honestly, that's one of the reasons, like with Dana and Kempire, that sometimes it's so hard to kind of get your network of other content creators to come on. So you aren't necessarily competing, but like Dana said today, you're complementing each other, and everyone has sort of their own thing that they have to offer. And it's really hard to find those other people. So meeting Kempire and watching Kempire grow his channel while we've been working with him, and also like collabing and seeing how much he's brought to our channel, it's been so much fun. And it's nice to form those relationships, because I've been on YouTube for over a year now, and some relationships, they don't always last to the end. I can say that. I don't need to talk about anybody specific.
I saw it, Adam. I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
And I was on Team Adam at that point. But either which way, Jason, you'll get your groove.
I'll get my groove. Yeah.
As far as Erika, I don't believe she deserves a pay raise. The only reason why I think she should probably get a pay raise is because I'm hoping that they'll garnish all of her salary and pay back the victims.
Whoa, that is the best thing I've heard all day. That's actually really good.
That's the only way that I can say, okay, you can pay her $1 million and garnish all that $1 million to pay back the victims.
Would you be happy if they paid her $1 million and gave her 500 and gave 500 to the victims?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You lived a high life for 25 years off of and I mean, these are only victims that we know of, and we only know of them because they're still within the statute of limitations. What about the other victims that have gone away from the statute of limitations that they can't fight and get anything? Because Tom has been doing this for what, 30, 40 years?
You know, I think that's why they don't want, because there's a lawsuit against the state bar right now, and they don't want those legal documents to come out. We talked to Ronald Richards and also Emily D. Baker about it, because there are so many names of people who filed complaints with the bar, the state bar, against Tom Girardi, and now it's going to make the whole system kind of look like people are going to be like, what the hell were you doing?
A joke, which is what, it's like, because I just got into Billions and just like watching Billions and Succession, and
I love Succession.
I can't wait for it to come back.
Me too. I've been telling Adam, but he has no interest. So
Adam, you need to get into Succession. You need to watch Succession.
I'll give it a try for you. But if I don't like the first episode, just like the first part of the reunion, this is my job, so I'll come back for that. But for Succession, I can't promise.
I say you should always give something for at least 3 episodes. Definitely. I have a quick question for you guys, though.
Yeah.
Going back, I think it was the last episode, the season finale, when they were talking about, when Erika was when she said, and she called, when I like to use Zach's thing. So, I'm citing my sources, the Ding Dong Cliff. When Zach said, when Tom drove off the Ding Dong Cliff, and Erika, when they were first in the desert, I forget where, and she's like, yeah, it wasn't just a broken ankle. He did this and a concussion, lost for 12 hours. I thought he was out having an affair with his mistress. Do you remember this?
Yes.
Okay. Fast forward now to their dinner with the Fox 4, 5, or whatever they want to call themselves. And when she then goes, she called her son to come and help look for him. If you thought he was out with his mistress, why would you call your son to come and look for him? I'm confused. Did anybody else catch that?
No, I actually didn't, but
I didn't think about that.
Because if I thought that my partner was having an affair and out with the mistress, I'm not calling my child. I'm going to call my sisters or my girlfriends, and we're going to go search. No? Isn't that what we do normally?
Just to be fair, we have over 660 in the room. If somebody here, and I'm not encouraging anyone, messy. If somebody here ends up messaging Jay Edelson or Ronald Richards about that, they're going to do a deep dive, because there's something not connecting here, and they're looking for all of the dots.
It was just a thought. I was just curious, but
no.
I didn't even think about that the sun thing at all.
Yeah, and that's the point of coming on here, is to bring that. Like, I didn't think about that either. So I appreciate you even calling in with that opinion or that question, because I'm like, oh shit, I did not think about that. And that is a very valid question. Wait a minute. Hold on. You think you think your husband's with the mistress, but yet you're calling your son to check up. No, that doesn't add up.
It doesn't. I'm not going to call my kid for that. I'm going to call my girlfriends or my sisters, and we're going to find them and we're going to drag them. That is what's going to happen. That's the mind play of me. Maybe it's only me. I don't know. Maybe other women would call their children to let's go and find them with the mistress.
See, I'm a different kind of person because if Jason goes missing on my ass, I call Uber Eats. I call get a wine, whatever I can get, but I make sure that I'm comfortably set up. I'm just kidding though. Resident, I appreciate you calling in. Great question. I'm going to go ahead and cycle through the rest of these questions really quick and then bring you all back up at the end if you're still around. But also thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you, Resident.
All right. I have to say I was getting anxiety for a second because on the chat in the room, it said that there were 666 people. And I was like, get off that number. I don't need 666 with that bad luck shit. You could take that somewhere else. Give it to Jason.
Well,
give it to Jordan. Give it to someone. But don't take it away. Jordan.
It was bad luck for Stassi because she only ever followed 666 people.
Now wait
You remember that?
Now wait a minute.
See, Jordan jumped in. Did she follow 666 people?
Yes, Stassi only followed 666 people on Instagram at all times. Let me see if that is actually
I think
still.
she talked about that on the show, right?
Yeah.
I was like, you're taking this.
No, she moved up to 703.
Okay.
Maybe I guess she was trying to get, that's part of the redemption PR story.
Yeah.
All right.
She found Christ and she moved up to a Bible verse amount of numbers.
Well, Jordan, I saw you screaming at the camera, so I brought you up really quick. I'm going to drop you right back down to bring up one other person and then bring up you, Bernice, Andrea, Resini, Coach G, and Doll Baby.
Okay.
It's going to be a panel, okay?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Let me bring up Coach G really quick. Hi, Coach G.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm a fan of the channel. I saw you a long time ago, like a year ago, and on someone else's channel. So I'm glad to see how far you've come. I love Jason's channel. I just subscribed. So.
Oh, thank you. Doing your thing. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach G. We appreciate you.
I felt like I overestimated Erika a little bit. Like watching this now made me feel like she's cracking, like crumbling before our eyes a little bit. It's giving season 9 Phaedra, season 5 Giselle, of like that just deer in headlights, where I was kind of shocked at how narcissistic she really is. Like I thought she would be trying to run from the questions, but instead she was like, pull the attention back to me. Like every single segment she had something to say in, even when it didn't pertain to her.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then like even with Rinna and Garcelle,
Coach G? Oh. Coach, okay, hold on. Coach G, I don't know why it just maybe
I have to say I have to agree. You know, she does almost seem like she's crumbling a little bit.
Yeah. No, I mean
maybe
I agree with that. I don't know what just happened with Coach G. Coach G, call back in and I'll bring you up right away. I want to bring up one last thing before we bring up everyone in order to end this off. But we obviously know Vanderpump Rules season 9 is out right now. Jason thinks it's the farewell season. He thinks it's a bust. He's calling it a day. Jason, what do you think about the show? Go ahead, watch this. It's terrible.
What do you mean? What do I think about the show? I mean, it's honestly, it's very obvious that this is the season of completion, and I really do think that they are trying to push for some kind of Tom Tom spinoff. Tom Tom are opening a restaurant by themselves. We know them. That is not happening.
Okay.
So if they do open a spot, it would be with Lisa and Ken. Lisa and Ken were planning on opening a 4th restaurant in the West Hollywood area anyways. So I don't know. But the ratings are not great. I enjoyed the last episode more than I have the first 2. But I'm not really as invested as I was remember when we were recapping this yesterday, I brought up that, was it yesterday we recapped this?
Yes.
Yeah, yesterday, and I brought up the original photo of the original cast, and it made me have
nostalgia.
Yes, it brought back so much nostalgia. I was like, this was a good show. This was great. Now I don't really care about these characters.
Can you hold that thought for 1 second?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Hey, Jordan, before I drop you back down, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Was Jason being long-winded like Dorit?
Listen, coming from a fellow long-winded person, he had about another 30 seconds.
Oh,
before we crossed into that territory.
Everything's long-winded when I talk to you.
We'll be right back, Jordan. I mean, sorry. I just had to ask. I had to ask somebody's opinion. But what I was going to say, though, is Lala Kent is about to get married, and she's trying to decide if she can get married on the show. Well, now she was told by Bravo producers, the network, everyone in between who has any access to production and filming, that if she does her wedding on the show, which she is highly encouraged to do, because they're talking about it being a $500,000 wedding, these members, former members of the cast, will not be allowed to attend. Now, I wanted to hear your opinion on that. And the reason they won't be allowed to attend is because we know that there will be 8 cameras. Every single crack, crevice, place in the room of this wedding will be covered, and they cannot be on Bravo screens.
Wedding for this season? Are they going to push it in this season?
No, it's not going to be this season. They're talking about if they make it to next season or even
does
doing a Lala special.
Do we want to see another wedding? We have Katie and Schwartz. We've had, Jax and Brittany. Do we want to see another wedding? And then what? Are we going to do a double wedding with James and Raquel? Like, who cares at this point?
No, that's a great question, Dory. Hold on 1 second. Steph Rest, hi.
Hey guys.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Long time caller, first time caller.
Hey, thanks for being here. Your audio sounds so good. Thank you.
I have a quick question. Are you guys a couple? Because I just started rewatching and I didn't know. Okay, because you look like brothers. You're both so
I think that they say in Los Angeles that people start looking like their dogs.
Who do you think's older? That's my question.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm going to sit that one out.
Thank you.
They say in
That's all
LA,
I wanted to hear.
Back in California, we used to always hear that, you start forming and looking like your dogs. And I was like, oh, and then I was like, well, I got this old dog off the street, so maybe I did.
I got you off the street, friend.
You better watch your stories.
Gorgeous and equally shady. So congratulations.
Hey, thanks, Steph. All right, so I do have a question. Are you watching Vanderpump Rules or no?
I'm hate watching a little bit. I don't like the new crowd. I miss the old guys. I'm going to be honest. You grew to love them. You guys knew them personally. You kind of miss them a little bit.
Yeah, I wish this stuff wouldn't have surfaced. Not surfaced, like never came out and people wouldn't have known. I just wish they didn't have this in them to put out ridiculous stuff like these ignorant comments, these ignorant tweets. I wish that would have never happened because it just changed the dynamic of the show. Now, listen, it's way more important to know who somebody is. Here's a serious
question, though. Shouldn't it play out on Bravo?
What?
Like, shouldn't they have played out the backlash from those comments and then gotten rid of them? Like, held them accountable to show it on TV?
I actually have an opinion about this because I feel like a lot of people would say no. They don't want to see them on the show at all anymore. But I feel like what people fail to realize is and I think Jason will agree with me on this, had they have brought back Stassi and Kristen onto the show and watched how the fans ripped them apart, it would have been 10 times worse than being fired. Sure, they would have had the money from it and they would have come out on top eventually, but the fan backlash would have been horrendous.
I don't, and I get what you're saying, Steph, completely about the old cast members and kind of missing them a little bit. What I miss is, honestly, when I did bring up, it wasn't even the cast photo that I brought up on my, when we recapped yesterday on my channel. I felt like some kind of nostalgia. It wasn't even just the cast. It was just the whole feeling of the show. The whole feeling of the show has changed. I mean, yes, we've watched these people grow and everything, but this is not what we started to watch. And now I find it overly redundant and
it's hard to watch.
We kind of love them for their controversy and their messiness. I mean, that's why we all brought it to Bravo.
And they were hustling. They were working. You had, Lisa was, I saw it differently. Sir by itself is kind of a has-been. So I don't know. I think the show has seen its day.
It's such a bad vibe. Like, I cannot get the Tom Sandoval crap.
Well, I have to say, though, in person, he's not a bad vibe. I have to at least because I know that he watches this sometimes, so I have to at least stick up for him on that. But
sorry.
No, you're totally.
Let me give you, because I've heard a lot of Tom Sandoval, and I have to agree with you.
He has an ego. He does have an ego.
I'm gonna agree, but I do have to say, during the pandemic, Tom and Tom raised a lot of money for the employees that worked at TomTom.
Yes,
and handed all of their employees nice checks.
I don't think he's Voldemort. I just think he's cringy.
Did you say Voldemort?
Yeah.
I love that. I do want to say really quick, the Dark Magician makes a very great point. I miss the cast when they were messy and broke. And that's why I believe, honestly, this season 8, when they canceled 7 of the cast members, which rightfully so, right? I think that they should have canceled the show, taken a year or two off, let Tom and Tom start really structuring out this restaurant, and then under Lisa's supervision, come up with the whole, because mind you, I worked at Tom Tom for 2 years. We had the craziest employees. I had one person who served with me and she would jump up on the bar. I had, another person who was twerking all over the place. It was just the worst, most creative, most nutball party group of employees.
We talked about this though. They really missed the mark. They missed the mark when they were bringing new people on, like let's say like Max Boyens or Brett or Charlie or Danica. They missed the mark. Those were the wrong people to bring in because there's so much diversity at all of these. We've talked about this before, that work at all of these restaurants. There are people from everywhere who represent everyone. Even AJ. AJ was the only girl server. She was also a person of color at Pump. She's now on Netflix. I'm so proud of her because I remember when she asked for that time off.
Night.
Yes, she asked for that time off. That was the great thing about working at Lisa's restaurants is you could be a model or an actor, and then hey, I have a project. I need a couple weeks off. Cool, done, easy. So it was really easy. And there's so many great stories at these restaurants. We're only focusing on I don't know why we're focusing on just these few people, especially when they had the opportunity, when you brought Max and like I just said, Danica and stuff. You've had Richardson sitting in the sidelines for a decade.
Years.
So where is that? The mark is missed, and I really feel like it's done. If they do another season, it's going to be a complete failure, and it's going to go out the wrong way for sure.
Totally. Okay, I do have one comment before you drop me about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So I have an assignment. I have a homework assignment for you. Go back and watch because I think Garcelle does say that she has texts about Lisa Rinna and what was said. And then she kind of stopped herself and because she doesn't want to go there, I think, and reveal her source. But
I heard that. Yes.
Okay. I think she does back up.
I was about to say, I thought I heard text too, but then I wasn't. Listen, last night when Jason and I we also had family over last night too, Caitlin. We all saw on Hot Messy Topics, but I didn't want to rewind because she gets annoyed with me because I just go back and forth and I pause. Wait, what happened? Pause. And I was thinking about that today because I was like, she must have receipts, but then I wondered because Garcelle's a smart woman. She's not going to come to a reunion and just throw something out there without a receipt, right? So I'm wondering if she has a receipt and she would have to show Andy off to the side or somebody and be like, no, this is true. So I should be able to bring it up, but I don't want to out this person because they didn't sign a contract.
She has backup for sure. She's so confident. I don't think Garcelle is coming to, stir the pot. I think she's confident in that statement. And I think this is going to be the nail in Rinna's coffin, in my opinion.
Okay.
I feel like she kept that in her back pocket for a reason, and it needed to be used.
All right.
But Kathy's going to bring out her paper receipts soon, so that's going to be
her legit paper receipts.
Hey, there she is. There she is. Steph Rest, before we let you go, who are your top two favorite on the cast, friend of or housewife? Doesn't matter. On the cast, who are your top two?
On the Housewives of Beverly Hills?
Yeah.
Gosh, can we get rid of Kyle already? Kyle is just, I'm going to save my lease because Kyle's just there to stir the pot. She's got no storyline. I mean, she's just done.
You would choose Kyle over Lisa or Dorit?
Is my least favorite?
Yeah.
Kind of. I just feel like she's a place filler right now and she doesn't own anything.
That's exactly why she brought in Kathy.
Is Andy going to ask her all these comments that she said about Sutton and
he better.
I don't think he's going to do it.
Well, we do know that there was a rumor, well, not even a rumor. Sutton said in an interview that Erika whispered something in her ear that was not caught on the hot mic, and it was something that made her get up from the table that none of us got to hear. But apparently,
we better find out about that.
Well, she confirmed that, she opened up to Andy about it, and she hopes that it was edited into the reunion. So if she said that she opened up about it and actually said it, I want to know what it was. But also, she's very no offense, Sutton, but I could be like, you're a monster. And she'd be like,
yeah, she's very sensitive.
She's very sensitive.
Top favorites are right now Sutton and Kathy and Garcelle. But then I will say I miss Dorit energy from season 1, season 2. Dorit was awesome when she came in hot with PK, about the panty gate and all that stuff. She's just, gone with the crowd now. They need to break up that crowd.
They really do, because
it's not cool.
They're not individuals anymore.
And she was coached very well back then, by the way, just to be fair.
About the Pantygate?
No, I mean, in general, she had a housewife that was still in play that brought her into the situation, who knew exactly how to play the game.
Oh, LVP.
Lisa?
I didn't say that, Steph, you did, but
I love LVP though. Bring LVP back.
Listen, we're saying that all day. She was the one who said that ship has sailed. But
yeah, I think she'll come back eventually.
I think so too.
Do a complete redo. And you know who I miss too is what's her face with the C.
Camille.
Camille, bring Camille back.
Oh no!
You know, Camille is so like she gets so many different opinions every time. Like I say her name, Camille is a shit stirrer completely. I wouldn't mind seeing Camille come back, and she's just gotten more vocal. Bring her back as a friend.
Game. She plays her own game. I don't like these girls that play together.
Yeah. Well, Dana even said, today, if she went on, like, let's say if Dana ever went back to any one of these shows, like that weekend trip, or what are they calling it?
Ultimate Girls Trip.
The Ultimate Girls Trip. That she wouldn't be friends with anyone. She would, play her own game, like kind of you just said, and I think that would be the most effective. You have to feel people out. You can't get stuck in this group of, what is it? Fox Force 5?
Fox Force 5, yeah.
Sorry, I saw someone said Faux Force earlier, and I'm like, is it called Faux?
No.
Entitled girls that have been on the show too long.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And have no storylines and band together to make one.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I love you guys.
Steph, we appreciate you. Thank you for calling in. And honestly, we do this Monday through Friday, Hot Messy Topics. So if you're around next time, please call in because we would love to have you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Steph. Nice meeting you.
All right. Okay. So real quick, before we bring up everybody at the same time, Bernice, Jordan's giving me the eye rolls over there. Just go. This is Jordan, literally. Jordan's looking in the camera. Can I just say, because guys, I get to see everybody back in the weight room, and it's like this. That's Jordan right now. Jordan, you're laughing, but I see you. And then was like this, tag me in, sir. And I was like, all right, Jordan. All right, guys. No, all kidding aside, though, go ahead, smash that like button, show some love. I want to be respectful to all of our callers. I want to make sure everyone comes in. William Scott Brown is saying, Jordan, yes, 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 except you should take one of those E's out of the yes, yes, yes and put it in the Jordan because it's Jordan with an E. But thank you, William. We appreciate you. Now, keeping it going, I want to go ahead and bring up Andrea really quick because I do want to ask one question, and that question is, do you think that Vanderpump Rules, if you're watching Vanderpump Rules, because I heard your take on Erika Girardi earlier, do you think that Vanderpump Rules and Bravo in NBC, if they film Lala Kent's wedding, should Stassi, Kristen, and Jax be allowed to attend, or should Bravo reserve the rights to say no?
Quickly, Adam, why would they attend?
Because they're friends with Lala and Randall.
Not really.
No, they are. Go follow their Instagrams. They're all up their ass for sure. Like stupid. Like they know Randall has the money, and they know that they don't have jobs.
That's
so they're
all it is.
Yeah. Hi, Andrea.
Hello. How's it going? One thing before I answer your question, I want to say from you talking from Kelly on, I think you're the next Andy Cohen.
Hey.
I really do. And Jason, I know that his head's going to get really big tonight, but I had to say, I just got this vibe saying you really are getting sharp with your questions and you've got really, really good questions. And I think you really are the next Andy Cohen. Maybe 10 years from now when Andy's, have a couple more babies onwards and ready to retire, that's where you're going to go or something like that. You're our star.
That was
I agree. I think Adam...
He's a rock star.
I don't compliment him very often, but no one does an interview like Adam, I have to say.
You're right.
And every time I'm on Adam's show, I feel like, does anyone listen to Howard Stern? I mean, I don't anymore, but Howard Stern, I feel like I'm Robin. And like every time Adam has a guest, like today, Dana, I just felt like it was Robin to the side, like just piping in every now and then while Howard and the guest are going at it.
But you need that. Howard on his own is not the same without Robin. And
Right.
and I did listen to with Dana Wilkie, and she adds something spectacular too. The three of you are really great together, but the two of you are like Howard Stern and Robin. That's very good. Anyways, I had to say
I do have
that.
to say really quick, hot messy
Yep.
topics. You're welcome, Adam.
No, get back
Yes,
up.
I said you need to go
Yeah.
back to what you were doing before, get to know your community again, open up the lives, open up the conversation, and this has been like my favorite thing.
Oh, that's nice for you to say. And I think all of us in the chat room really agree with it. We all love it. I mean, how many are in the room right now? 600?
Yeah, 650.
Yeah, that's pretty good, I think, you
Hey,
guys.
thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us on another week of Hot Messy Topics.
Yay.
All right.
Okay, so to answer your question, that's pretty controversial, but reality TV is reality. So if they are her friends, yes, I mean, as long as they're not getting paid and they're not getting endorsements or whatever, that's as messy as it is. I mean, people don't like it. It's not honoring, what they've done in the past.
Right.
But it's just saying this was the past.
Right.
And yeah, and sometimes, like I said, sometimes the past is messy. You have to be honest about it. To exclude people isn't great either. You can't erase the past. I mean, anybody can watch Vanderpump Rules from many seasons ago. It's still there.
Well, and the other thing that you just said that's important is like, if they come and they're a part of the wedding because it's their friend's wedding,
right?
If Bravo doesn't mic them up or hyper focus the cameras on them, then I don't see why it should be a problem for them attending. I think you can still attend because you still have your own relationship separate from the show. We have to remember the show portrays you as a character that is 20% of who you are. And 9 times out of 10, it's the worst 20% that they can find in order to make an actual show. But
sorry.
No,
it would be dishonest, because if Lala on her streams or platforms and her Instagram and everything shows pictures, and I've seen them of them with all the babies and everything, that they are friends, that's her real life. So you have to put that on reality TV. I don't want to say warts and all, that's the pretty not nice way of saying it, but uncomfortable and everything, that is the way it is.
Right.
You can't sanitize it all.
I agree with that.
Okay, Andy Cohen or Andy.
Hey, well, honestly, thank you so much for being so patient and calling in. And I watched you earlier with Jason and talking about Erika, and I love watching you. And next time, tomorrow, because we'll be going live tomorrow too, if you call in, I will make sure to bring you up first.
Oh, no problem.
I
appreciate you, Andrea.
And your mic, can I just say really quick
both.
too? It's so important, like for you and Bernice and Jordan and also, Doll Baby and Resiny, everyone who calls in, and even Philly Diva, when your mic is good, it makes it so easy for us to have these conversations because it's great. So thank you so much for calling in, having a good mic, no slag, even though or lag or whatever the hell they call it. I don't know. But whatever
Anytime.
it is, it makes for a good show. And then it doesn't, get people in the chat going, Adam, what the f- are you doing? And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Don't attack me. It's Thursday.
Yeah, no worries. The only thing, you slept through James Bond. Did I hear that correct?
For like 2.5 hours of it, and like every time I was like,
I'll forgive you.
Can I say really quick?
Okay.
I know this sounds bougie. When Jason and I lived in New York and
Oh
we're
my
trying to pay the bills,
gosh.
okay?
Wait,
Jason,
hold on.
No, hold on.
We got
No,
into
you
no,
hold
let
on.
me tell the story because you're gonna
I have the power. He's muted. Nope, nobody can hear you. I muted you. So crazy. You can't mute yourself. So I get to
Jason,
tell
we'll
the story.
Tell you later. We'll tell you later, Jason.
Yes, we'll tell you later. We'll unmute him really quick while he sips down his wine.
He just gobbled it down.
Yeah, he did. But legitimate, we were working at a place called iPick, and iPick, they give you an experience. So they have these pods, and like you go in your own pod, and it's 2 to 4 people pods. You have a button, you can press it, and they bring you food and wine, and you get a pillow and a blanket and a recliner. And when we went into this movie theater, he paid $5 for this ticket, but I asked him, because we're on top of each other, like, one, it's still a pandemic, so I don't want to be on the person in front of me, and 2, where's the recliner? And he's like,
okay, listen, the reason it's $5 because no one is
See?
Even at home, like we'll buy like, you know how you can like on Amazon or whatever buy like whatever's in theaters, you can, you know, pay theater prices and watch it at home. I prefer to do that, but James Bond isn't doing that. It's going to bring people back to the theaters. But Adam like was so disappointed. Like we went in, you couldn't take more than one drink in, so we had to get a bottle of wine. Okay, that's plenty for a 3-hour movie that you slept 2.5 hours through. And
now, first of all,
these chairs don't recline. I was like, sit the hell down. What are you talking about? Sit down, watch the movie, sleep, whatever you're gonna do, just sit.
I'm about to give Jason back to somebody.
And then what was more embarrassing is you ask the person, he's like, do you have servers bring you food? I'm like, what the hell do you think we're at?
Well, you're the one, just to be fair. Oh, you're not pinning this shit on me. Just to be fair.
You're the one who had the problem.
You're the one who told me that there were servers.
I feel like I'm in people's court. Hello.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Jason, maybe you just have to take him again.
No.
That was so embarrassing.
No, it was a long. I don't want to.
When people forget to turn off their phones.
Yeah.
That's like Adam snoring. It's like, ugh.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
And he like throw punched the shit out of me. Like I was snoring. I was like, and all of a sudden it was like a karate chop to the jugular. And I was like,
well, DJ Richie Sky saw it twice. He said to go see it again. I'm going to see it again.
So Adam, if you could pick the next movie, what would it be?
I don't know. Like
Keeping Up with the Kardashians, season 18,000.
Okay. No.
Rerun.
Honestly, I love not like the gitchy Halloween movies like Halloween. Like I don't like stuff like that. But I really love like thrillers and horror and like there's somebody in the house and somebody's like running
like
and trying to figure out like
or whatever that was.
When I don't have to watch Bravo for work, I love watching Bravo obviously, but when I'm not watching Bravo, I'm sitting at in my bed and I'm watching investigates like Murder in the Heartland or when Don't Trust a Stranger or My Spouse Killed Me. How did that happen? Jason, watch out. See?
Wow, I like that stuff too. I have to admit, it's anything that's like cringy and murder mystery and who done it, and especially the real life ones. Yeah, I love those series too.
Oh, well, we're pretty similar with that. Yeah. But Andrea, thank you so much for mediating.
Anyways, you take care.
Yes, thank you for mediating our conversation because somebody needs to mediate this between Jason and I.
Anytime.
So please come back anytime. We appreciate
Andrea,
it.
thank you.
Bye,
Thanks for calling in too today.
Yeah,
bye. Happy
absolutely.
Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Right. All right. So with that, guys, we still have 618 in the room. I'm going to go ahead in order for us to say goodbye. I'm going to bring up our last callers who have been waiting patiently. I'm going to go through Bernice, Jordan, Resiny, Doll Baby. Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
I took my AirPods out because I know that was trash.
Oh, no. Don't be. Listen.
Oh,
you're okay.
Sound great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took the AirPods out.
I want to go around the room really quick to end us off because we're almost at an hour and a half into this. I want to ask everybody one question, and it's an important question. What are you looking for? What do you want out of the next 3 parts of this reunion? And if you could have any answer, any question, what is it that you actually want? And I'm going to randomly pick. I'm not going in line. I'm going to start, and I just want to go random here. And as I go through and ask the question, at the end, I want you to tell us where we can find you, and then we're going to do process of elimination, starting with Resiny.
I had a feeling that you would start with me.
Yeah, well, your feeling was good, so maybe you should trust your intuition, especially if they tell you to get a lottery ticket.
I should. Hopefully the Powerball is looking good. What I would really like to know. Oh, first, can I address something? Because I saw someone saying in the chat, Ms. something. I'm sorry, I didn't catch the whole thing. That it wasn't 2 separate incidents with it wasn't the second incident when the son's car flipped over. Apparently the son was looking for Tom 2 times because Kyle was just like, wait, what? No, never said that. So you can go back and watch and you'll see. Sorry.
Okay.
But I would love to hear the Cliff story in its entirety.
Okay.
And I would love to hear the car flipping over in its entirety. And I would love to hear why we used the word alleged when we were at the beach. When
I knew you were
told
saying
the
that.
story.
Okay.
That's what I would love to know. I know that I'm never gonna get it because Erika goes, oh, she's not a liar. Don't call me a liar. I'm not a liar. I don't lie. But when you omit things, omission is a lie. So yeah, Erika, you're a liar. I'm sorry.
Whoa! All right, President, you
Be
came with some
prosecuted for
feelings.
lying by omission.
All
Lying
right,
by
Jordan.
omission. This is the
We've
first
seen
time
you
we've
in the
ever
weight
heard
chat,
it.
okay, with your hands and your eye rolls.
It's called perjury. She's right. That's all I'm saying. Ask Lil Kim.
Okay. President, we appreciate you. Is there anything that you want to promote before you go?
No, I just like listening to you guys, and I'll call in again and if I catch it. So
Hey,
have a
thank
good
you so
night,
much.
everyone. Stay safe, sleep well.
And we'll see you
Thank you,
hopefully
Resnick.
tomorrow. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
All right. All right. So we're going to go to our next caller, and I'm just doing process of elimination. Answer the question. What do you want to see most out of the next 3 parts? And if you have something to promote, let us know. Let's go, Doll Baby.
Yeah, I really want to know. I really want him to get into what she was talking about with the accidents and him going off the cliff. Like really push her to see if she's gonna tell the truth this time. Because I think she's just lying, making up stuff as she goes along. I really want her to really push. I want Andy to push her with that. Because she's been going back and forth with this same lie to all the way around the cast members. You know what I'm saying? Because she just been making stuff up.
Volunteering lies at that, though.
Am I
That's the part
right?
that's crazy.
I just so y'all know, I'm on my little staycation from work, and I've been spending every day with y'all because I couldn't get up at work. So every day since I've been on vacation or my little staycation, I've been watching y'all. Because I got to go back to work Monday, but I have been enjoying myself.
Thank you. Thank you for watching, and we appreciate you. And we've seen you so proactive in both of our chats. So, Doll Baby, we appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm about to join Jordan.
Oh,
thank you, baby.
Hey. And Jordan, honestly, listen, you want opinions?
Oh, yes. I love
We ratchet over here, so
I didn't say ratchet, okay? I said opinions.
We can get a little ratchet. No problem.
All right. Doll Baby, thank you so much for joining us, and we appreciate you. Is there anywhere we can follow you in case anyone's interested right now?
No, they can find me right here on y'all channels. So.
All right.
That's what
He's like, you're not following me on social media. All right.
I will. Bye, y'all.
Bye, Doll Baby. Thank you.
Bye, Doll Baby.
All right. So next we're going to go to Bernice, then Jordan, only because we started off with Bernice. So I feel like this is appropriate. Let's do it, Bernice. What is one thing you want to see?
I don't want to see anything, but this is what I'm telling you. This Erika about to set up. See, Erika's all over the place, and she's saying like she don't care. I ain't got nothing to show. She's setting up like Tom allegedly has Alzheimer's, dementia. To get the sympathy vote even more after this reunion, if Andy is gonna drill her like he said he drilling her, Erika about to have a nervous breakdown, and she's gonna have to go to Betty Ford or something like that.
Well, y'all saw the stills from the reunion. It looked like somebody let the air right out of her cheeks.
Right. So she playing that role. See, she playing that role.
It looks like her face just deflated as each part of the reunion.
No, but I asked Jason about that because I was wondering, do you think she just doesn't have the same amount of money? Because if you look at it, like her neck and everything, we've never, and mind you, everyone ages, right?
That picture looks a lot better than she looked on TV last night.
Right.
Watch my recap tomorrow morning because I addressed that.
Yeah. And did you see when Rinna got up and went over there to console? She looked at her like, dog, I didn't tell you can move. That's what that look gave me, like, sit, girl, sit. I didn't tell you could move.
The same show. Mm-hmm.
So So she going through all this. She all over the place because afterwards, I'm telling you, we gonna get a headline that she done had a nervous breakdown and she's in the hospital to get even more sympathy because she's not going to be humble whatsoever during this whole thing. You know, she don't have to prove anything in her book. She the victim. The victim's not the victim. She the victim.
Yeah, that's what I get from her.
I mean, this is never
She
ending.
couldn't even call them victims on the episode.
No,
She said the
no.
people who have allegedly been done wrong.
Yes,
Like, she couldn't
Exactly.
even say the
alleged
word
misdoings
victim.
of Tom
Right.
Girardi.
Right. And when she said that, when they showed the clip up, when Andy asked, he said, "Well, I thought about the affairs," and she said, "Well, if you in love with that person, you go be with that person." He didn't say anything. Yeah, because excuse me, Johnny Taylor's song, "It's cheaper to keep her." Why the heck he gonna divorce you?
It's cheaper to keep her. That's what I say about Jason.
Especially in this case.
Exactly. You've been married to this man for 20 plus years. You would get half of everything. So heck no, he's not going to divorce you.
That's why I'm not divorcing him.
And they didn't have a prenup either.
Exactly.
No, we don't have a prenup.
We're not married, fool.
Listen.
Oh,
Listen.
Sorry.
Y'all
Jordan, I
can
get
easily
excited.
just
I get
walk
excited.
away with each one of y'all channels and keep it pushing. You'll just walk away with Up and Adam. He'll just walk away with Down with Jason, and y'all just gonna have to split Kempire.
Whoa! All right. Well, Bernice, we appreciate the heck out of you. Thank you so much for joining us with another night of Hot Messy Topics, and we hope that we can see you tomorrow. And if we don't,
kiddo.
I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week and you stay safe.
No problem. You catch me in these internet streets. I love you, Jordan.
I love you, Miss Bernice.
Okay, Jason, Adam, have a good one.
Have a good one, Bernice. Doll Baby, thank you so much for another super sticker. We appreciate the heck out of you. Jordan, to end us off. Hello.
Hey.
All right, Jordan, I have to say real quick, I'm not trying to call you out because I know we're at an hour and a half here, but you're giving me faces. You're giving me eye rolls.
I have
Jason,
opinions.
you should see Jordan
so
down below. It's like this. And then also this.
Listen, I literally called in directly after I filmed my recap, so I'm already still pumping.
Oh, okay.
But I also have opinions.
Okay.
About all the things that y'all were saying, like just real quick about like Vanderpump Rules. The reason why the show doesn't work anymore is because there's no actual genuine chemistry and history between the people. If you go back and remember the first few seasons, yeah, they were all smashing each other, but they were all friends too.
Right.
Like they all had genuine friendships, and they had a real history.
Lisa has said that since day one, though, too. Just to be fair, Jordan, you're not wrong, because Lisa has said the reason the show worked was because this was a real, authentic group of friends. It wasn't a casted ensemble cast.
But now they're just bringing on people who have slept with the people who had those genuine friendships.
Right.
So it doesn't work anymore because now you just have the sexual tension with no actual chemistry.
Jordan, you're spot on, because they always brought on the person who slept with the person who slept with the person. And that's how they started casting the show.
We even got
after a
asked
while.
that. Who did you sleep with on the cast? Jason and I were like, bitch, she's
Yeah,
right there.
No one. Gross.
Right. Like,
and also no one's gay on the show. So.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Well,
so we weren't
that.
good
no
enough.
one's out and gay on the show.
Well,
Oh, that's true.
We'll talk about that on another live. It's fine.
Okay. Well, I don't want to out anybody, but no, you're not wrong.
Right. But as far as this reunion and what I want to see, I want to know why Erika spent the first half of the season making Tom seem like a controlling narcissistic bastard, and then spent the second half caping and saying how good he did for people. That's what I want to know. I want to know why she's acting like her legal team is prepping her in defense of Tom Girardi. If it were me, I would think that the only thing that I need to be proving on this show, and especially at this reunion, is that I did not know anything while it was happening. I would not be trying to prove that Tom Girardi has done good or trying to allege his innocence. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Can I ask you a question really quick?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think?
the show.
Do you? Yeah, but that doesn't matter. I don't want to still ignorantly cut you off. I just want to ask you a question because I am curious. That's a great point. You know, he was a narcissistic fool, and then she's defending him. And then Jason brought up another great point that might be cohesive with your point, is that Andy Cohen asked Erika on the show, when was the last time you spoke with Tom, and what did you ask him? And she was like, I asked him, why did he, and then she goes, why did he?
She was caught up in the moment, and she said something she wasn't supposed to.
She said something she wasn't supposed to, but I want to know your opinion. Do you think that maybe she did have some sort of interaction with him, some sort of phone call or something, and he was like, if you want to play this out, I am not the narcissistic asshole. I am sick. And she was got it.
Well, if you notice, after we got the whole information about him calling her every single day, you see that her feelings about him started to change.
Right.
Like, if you realize from that moment on, she wasn't as hard on Tom. And then eventually it was, oh, he's done good for so many people and his alleged misdoings. Like, but up until then, it was like, so I feel like she answered at least a couple of them phone calls, and they had some type of, like, here's what I think it is. Tom was calling her every day, this, that, and the third. One of those phone calls she answered. And one of those phone calls, he said, listen, if you change your tune, I'll make sure that you get something out of the divorce. She already knows she ain't getting this far from
but he wouldn't have known in that moment how she was portraying him. Because he's not watching them film.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like that I feel like she would have been open enough to say, like, based on if they had a conversation about why she left, I'm sure that he's smart enough to know, like, okay, you're probably not going to make me look the best right now. So he probably came to her and was like, well, as long as we can make our divorce as amicable as possible, because he felt like if the divorce was amicable, that might give him a little bit of favor, like with all of the other stuff, because I'm sure that her coming out and saying all of the things bad that she said about him didn't help his case at all when it comes to him being a cutthroat lawyer. Just saying. That was her storyline for years. Well, there's no point in having a prenup because he's so cutthroat, he'll just get whatever he wants anyway. So maybe he was like, okay, well, listen, if you help me out, I'll make sure that you know, something da-da-da-da-da. Because it just seems like she's being prepped by his legal team. Like, it seems like her team, whatever lawyers she got somebody to pay for, and Tom's team, it seems like they have gotten together and they figured out some sort of strategy to ride this out together, because it seems like she's on his defense bandwagon at this point. Like, she's Robert Kardashianing him right now.
Shit. Okay.
And I don't understand why, though.
Doll baby, I totally agree with you, Jordan. Okay.
Especially when he just said that I think she knows something on TMZ.
Page 6, to be fair, but yes.
Well, page 6. I'm sorry. You know, they reputable and stuff.
By the way, I don't know if you know William Scott Brown, but William Scott Brown is a huge fan. So if you don't know, get to know, because William Scott Brown is all over this live chat complimenting Jordan. Hey,
thank you so much, baby.
Compliments are free, William.
And I love a three, like a three name, William Scott Brown. That just sounds so distinguished. Like,
okay, we don't need you flirting on here.
I'm not. Well, I kind of am flirting. It's fine. But slide in my DMs, William Scott Brown.
Oh my God! All right, Jordan. Before we go, we're about to wrap this up. Are you still at cheer practice?
Yeah, I'm like anxiously waiting for them to come on.
Are you one of the only one? Like, are you the parent who's like sitting inside the car that's like, I'm on YouTube, and the other parents are out there like, go baby?
100%.
Oh, you're just like, you better get your shit and don't forget your backpack, because I'll beat your.
Cause she don't want to be here no way, so I'm like, girl, I ain't finna be no stage mom and just put she would be like, call that cheer, baby. Girl, go and have fun, go and play at the park, and I'll see you when you come home.
How long do you have to sit at cheer practice?
Cheer practice is long.
She'll be out for another. She'll be here. She gets out in another 5-10 minutes.
So it's only like what, an hour?
Yeah, about an hour.
Oh, that's not bad. Is that the only thing you have to do?
Well, that, and then I'm gonna get off of here and get through getting together my recap that I'm supposed to be putting out tomorrow.
No, definitely. I know you're working. I mean, like, that's like the only practice that you have to go?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, I always wanted to be a parent, and then Jason's like, I don't want to take the kids nowhere, and I was like,
I never said that.
I don't.
I
Then
love
I
how
can't
you
be
say
a parent.
that, like y'all. I love how you say that, like, like you have a geriatric uterus. Like,
Yeah.
I keep telling you, y'all is in these YouTube. I'm crushing on you too, boo. Hey,
Hey.
I keep telling you that you is in these YouTube cul-de-sacs now, honey. Y'all can go on to Dr. Jackie, get you a surrogate, be on Married to Medicine, and I can recap all of that.
Though, I have to
Okay.
say, Adam's mom was adopted. My dad was adopted. My sister was given up for adoption. Long story. But there's so many kids who need homes, and I feel like maybe eventually we could offer them a home. Adam. All right.
Okay, Jordan, we're out of this conversation because Jason start asking me for more dogs, more cats, or kids.
Ooh, I do
And
want
right
another
now, I'm
dog.
not prepared to offer any of those. So, Jordan, before we go, we all wish you the best at cheer practice. We love you. Obviously, some of us who are sending out some love more than others on here. I just want to.
Hi, William.
Okay. We're sending you all the best. But, Jordan, where can we find you, please?
You guys can find me over on my channel, Pouring with Jordan, the channel where I run the YouTube streets, pour tea on a variety of subjects and shows, and then sweeten it with my opinions. I, of course, am your host, Jordan Renee. Come take the time, have a drink with me, and Monday through Friday, catch me on Hot Messy Topics with these two guys right here.
Whoa!
That's right.
Hey,
That
thank you
was
so
good.
much. Jordan, you're getting your spiel down before Jason is for sure. Sorry, no shade, Jason. Jordan, we love you. We appreciate you. And we hopefully will see you tomorrow.
Of course.
Tell your daughter we said hi.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Bye, Jordan.
Bye. All right. Real quick, Jason, you are shady as hell.
What the hell? What did I do?
I don't know, but I feel like you're about to be shady with something. Resiny, Tom told Erika file for the divorce. Things are coming down. He coached her to say what he wanted out there because it's a lie and she couldn't deliver it. All shade. Okay, Travis Tinsley. I'm not being shady. You're being shady by saying all shade, just to be fair. But you did say yes. So thank you. That was a great monologue. MBK, you're not wrong. Okay. So many children out there that need loving parents. Give forward. Martha, I agree with you. Kendra, LOL. That's how I'm going to end it. Guys, thank you for another Hot Messy Topics. We had over 600 people in the room and we lasted 1 hour and 41 minutes.
Yeah, that was our
and 30
longest.
seconds.
We weren't even supposed to be here tonight.
Nope, we weren't supposed to be here tonight, but we were here. So thank you guys all for showing up and bringing your unfiltered opinion. We had Andrea, we had Philly Diva, we had Bernice, we had Jordan, we had Resiny. We had a crew. If I missed anybody, guys, thank you to our mods. Thank you to our super chats, super stickers. Thank you to everyone for just joining in because this is so special to us. It means something. We just started this about 2.5 weeks ago. So I appreciate the hell out of each and every one of you. Also, Doll Baby, thank you so much. Jason, before we go, guys, if you haven't already, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Jason, where can we find you?
You can find me at Down with Jason. I don't bring you news, but I love to commentate and I love to talk to my community. We cover anything from entertainment. We're going to start doing some movies, TVs, etc., royal news, and of course, reality TV. In less than 2 weeks, Below Deck premieres. It's one of my favorite shows. And that's how I started my channel originally before we did the revamp. So I'm going to bring that back. We're going to do a late night anchor watch with some very, very, very special guests, which I'm really excited about. But it's not going to be until about 11 p.m. EST. So my friends on the East Coast can enjoy an evening as well.
Hey, can you ask?
Or West Coast.
Oh, yes. By the way, Jason, while I bring this up, will you grab Theo really quick?
Yeah.
Guys, don't forget, Jason is starting a new show called Anchor Watch. It's late night Anchor Watch. It's coming soon where he talks about Below Deck with a comedian special guest, and they're doing it at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So with that, make sure you go follow Jason at Down with Jason. Catch him on his new show. And
Theo doesn't want to come.
I want to say bye. Bye, guys. We love you so much. Happy Hot Messy Topics. We will see you tomorrow. And I have a very special guest tomorrow that I don't know when I'm going to reveal it. Because
oh my gosh. Wait, Adam, sorry, really quick. You have so many huge interviews coming up, and one of them is tomorrow, and it's huge. And I can't wait.
Can we give a hint or no?
No. I said do not drop a name. You did that last time.
Can we tell what franchise they're on?
Yes. So Adam has 2 Housewives of Beverly Hills coming onto his channel soon. One of them tomorrow.
Oh gosh. Hold on real
And
quick.
the current
I'm
cast
getting
members.
Hold on. Before we go, who are you saying, Jordan?
Just let me guess. Just let me guess. I know who I want it to be. I want it to be.
But who do you
Garcelle.
think it is?
You said it's from Beverly Hills, right?
Uh-huh.
It's from Beverly Hills. Okay, so I guessed Crystal last time, so we got that out the way. Okay, realistically, who do I think it is? It could be any one of them, to be perfectly honest. Because
I mean,
you already
tapped
know
in for
Adam
that?
Cohen.
That's what you tapped in for?
Crystal has been on. Sutton's been on.
Well, I mean, you are Adam Cohen, so
You're not wrong.
Work.
No, I'm just kidding.
Cash a check,
Okay.
honey.
All right, it's a housewife or a friend of. Guess one person from the cast, and then we are signing off. Go ahead, Jordan.
Well, is it a housewife or a friend of? Tell me.
It's anybody a part of the cast. It could be a housewife or a friend of. You have 10 seconds. Timer.
Well, one's a
Hold on. Timer starts
they're housewives.
now. 10 seconds. You get to guess. It's a
housewives?
housewife or a friend of. Beverly Hills Housewives. Go. 10 seconds.
Garcelle, if it's a new person. Sutton, if someone is coming back. That you've already had on.
Okay. Thank you, Jordan.
Love you.
Jordan weren't you right last time, Jordan? Jordan was right
last time, but Jordan wasn't right this time. Neither were you, doll baby. Guys, we will be back tomorrow and we'll be dropping an amazing interview. We have a lot of great questions, and trust me, I'm not holding back on this interview for all of you interview haters. But if you're not hating on the interviews, we appreciate the hell out of you. Guys, it's been an hour and 45 minutes. Jason needs some wine. I need some coffee, maybe some popcorn, and maybe some cookie dough bites. I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling, but maybe I'm feeling good, frisky. I don't know. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.